Yo, what's poppin' guys, Sizzle here, and in this video I'm going to be showing off my Marvel Rivals settings. I just set everything back to default, and what I'm going to do first before anything is turn off all the different music volumes, because I listen to my own music when I play this game, so no point in any of that. Turn up the voice volumes right there, turn on subtitles, because I think they're kind of neat to look at, and other than that, I believe that's all I have to do in the audio section. Under display, right here, I turn off anti-aliasing. Generally, I just find, for whatever reason, whenever I'm recording with OBS and the way that I record stuff, having any anti-aliasing causes issues for me for some reason. I set the render scale when I'm not recording to 60. When I'm recording, I set it to 40. I turn off frame generation. This adds a bunch of input delay while giving you a few extra FPS. If this is the only way you can hit 60 FPS, it's better to have 60 FPS and input delay. But if you can hit 60 FPS without this, it is totally worth turning off. It'll be night and day how bad this is. Low latency mode, I turn on NVIDIA Reflex Latency. If you have that, it's an amazing thing to have access to. I normally don't turn on Show FPS, but to demonstrate some stuff in this video, I'm going to be turning it on for now. Beyond that, everything down here, I set everything as low or off as possible. Right, everything as low as possible, except for shadow detail, which I turn up to high, and texture detail, which I turn to medium, because both of these, well, shadow detail actually has a high impact. If you're struggling to get FPS, don't turn this on, but if you get a decent amount of FPS, this is just nice to have. This can help sometimes. Texture detail, generally medium and low. There's not really a difference in FPS, so keep that as is. Everything else I leave like you can see here. Just hit apply there. Boom. Once we are done with that, I'm going to go to the keyboard section. I do 2.6 sensitivity at 1600 mouse DPI. For those who know what that means, you'll know what that means. From here, I'm actually going to copy a value that'll be in the description for you guys, which will be a common trend in this video. You can see right here, right, this crosshair code right here is my crosshair code. I'm going to go copy paste that in the game real quick in the little import section. Hit import save and paste and then confirm. You can see my nice blue crosshair that I personally like to use. Allied health bars, I turn that on. Previous and next weapon, I right click to remove both of those. I don't like using the scroll wheel to move between weapons. I instead like just using 1, 2, 3, and 4, like the number keys to swap weapons. That's just my go-to. For melee attack, instead of V, I use my side mouse button, because my mouse has a button on the side, which is just honestly the best way to do melee attacks in any game. I don't change anything in UI. In communications, I go to push-to-talk, change that to V. That's my preferred push-to-talk button. Social, I don't change anything at the moment. Other, I don't change anything at the moment. And in accessibility, I change the ally color to green and the enemy color to yellow. I'm not colorblind or anything. I just like these colors a lot more. If someone suggested them in the past, I used them. I really like them. I've used them in Overwatch, used them here. Any game that lets me change this type of stuff. Yellow is enemy, green is teammate, always. And yeah, that's the in-game settings that I change, right? That'll get you what I get here in the practice range. And then right after I show off my FPS in here, like walking around a little bit on the scroll grill just to demonstrate, I'm going to show you how to set up a config file and the config file that I use to get significantly more FPS when I'm actually playing. So you can see, yeah, the audio is a little bit loud. I forgot, I normally set the volume down to 40 as well instead of 70. But anyway, if I change the render scaling to 60, which is what I like playing with when I'm not recording, you can see I get like 90 FPS looking at Luna Snow here. I look out this way, I'm still like 90 to 100. I look out this way, I'm like 90 to 100, which isn't bad. That's really, really good, but I'm on really high-end hardware, so that's just kind of sad. But 120 feels way smoother to me because of my monitor's refresh rate, unfortunately. So it's kind of a must for me to at least hit 120 FPS, which is why I play at 40 resolution, because you can see I got like 140 there. Looking at characters here, I got like 120. A lot more playable for me. But what makes it even better is I use a config file, which gives me a free, anywhere from like 10 to 50 FPS, you know, depending on the day of the week. And I'm going to go show how to set that up right now. So first off, you want to actually make sure to close the game. Once you have the game closed, go to the description, find this line right here, the find file command thing, copy that, hit Windows button and then R on your keyboard, and it'll pull up the little run terminal thing here. paste into that, hit OK. And what that will do is open up a folder, something like this. We can see your game user settings.ini. Just double click to open that with Notepad. And once it's open, go copy this stuff from the description as well, the scalability groups from the game user settings ini section. Copy paste that directly into here and hit save. And once you've done that, make sure that you have like file name extensions turned on. This is something you have to manually turn on in Windows 10 or 11, Windows 12, 13, 14, whatever in the future. For some reason, this isn't on by default. Something you're going to have to turn on here because we're going to hit new, then text document, and make something called scalability. Make sure you spell that correctly. And instead of .txt, make it .ini. If you can't see the .txt, you need to turn on the file name extensions. I can't really help you with that. I'll try to leave a pinned comment if I can, but I probably won't, to be honest with you. And from here, from Tech Guide, I use these scalability settings. We're going to open up the scalability.ini, copy paste in his exact settings, which will be linked in the description, along with the video he made. He made a very, very nice video, comparing not only these settings, but also some other scalability settings that will turn down your graphics way more, while giving you even more FPS. So if you're getting like 10 FPS playing Marvel Rivals, he has some other settings and other mods and stuff in there that you can use to get up to like 60 FPS or 70 FPS, even though you're on a really, really old GPU. I used some of the tricks in his video to get one of my friends that was literally hitting at 15 FPS to get a solid 70, which is it's really cool that you can do that with mods. But yeah, this is what I personally use. It gives me quite a bit more FPS while making everything look the same, if not better. And from here, I'm going to boot back up Marvel Rivals and show you guys the difference. And you can see I've loaded back in. All the characters and all that look just as good as they did before, if not maybe even a little bit better. We hop in on Squirrel Girl and just look at the beautiful FPS I'm getting. Before, when I was looking here, I was getting maybe 120. Now we're looking at close to 150 or 160 FPS. We look at this way, 160, like clearly 160, closing on 170. We look at this way, kind of same difference. And the game looks identical, man. I mean, I can still see the shadows on the robots. My damage indicators and all that still work the exact same as they did before. And I mean, it's just beautiful, the amount of frames you can get. This is like an Optifine level thing that this guy figured out, and it's literally just a config file that anyone can just save to the computer in like 5 seconds if they know what they're doing. Which, after watching this video, of course they'll know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, that's all my settings. That's everything I do, at least at the moment, as of February 20th, 2025. I don't think much is going to change for quite a while, if ever at all. I don't have any hero-specific settings, any hero-specific sensitivities, any different cross or anything like that. This is just everything I do, everything I be. Let me know if you guys found this useful, found this helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can feel free to comment them below. No promises that I'll actually respond to any of it, though, unfortunately. I do get quite a lot of different replies and comments every day, so it's very easy for me to miss out on a lot of them. But hopefully this helped you out, maybe helped you get some more FPS, change a setting that I have on that you wanted to have on yourself, or whatever, just answer your question about what settings I have on. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.